TV.
IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu to shut down Abuja, Lagos, North and Southeast as Obasanjo pushes for Akinwumi over Tinubu for Yoruba presidency. Plus, police uncovers 753 live ammunitions. Hello, wonderful viewers. A great morning to you, a great afternoon to you, and a great evening to you, depending on the actual time that the time is now that you are watching us now on our very informative day-to-day news update on your darling TV station, DJM TV. I am Stanley Okocha, yours sincerely, reading the hot news trending now in Nigeria for your informative pleasure. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has ordered for a total shutdown of the southeast, Abuja, Lagos and the northern parts of Nigeria on May 30th, 2021. Nnamdi Kanu ordered the sit-at-home to celebrate those killed during the Nigerian Biafra Civil War of between 1967 and 1970. Speaking through the group's spokesman, Mr. Ima Powerful, Kanu urged all Christians in the northern part of Nigeria to sit at home on that day. In the words of Mr. Ima Powerful, we, the global family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by our prophet and liberator of our time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wish to announce to the members of the public and Biafras, both home and abroad, that the annual anniversary of our fallen heroes and heroines will be held on Sunday 30th May 2021. As usual, there will be a total lockdown of the entire Biafra land on that day. There will be sit-at-home across Biafra land, Lagos, Abuja, as well as northern towns with reasonable Biafran populations. The sit-at-home order is also to be observed in all markets within and outside Biafra land where our people do their businesses. It shall also be observed by diasporan Biafrans in over 100 countries all over the world where the IPOB family is present. We equally request our fellow comrades in the Yoruba land, Middle Belt, and other Christians living in the far north to solidarize with us in that event as we honor all those who paid the supreme price in our struggle for total freedom, Mr. Ima Powerful said. In another news, the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, says he is in support of the current move to draft the present president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, into the 2023 presidential race. According to a reliable source close to the former president, who craves anonymity, the move came up as the former head of state was unable to convince Governor of Sokoto State, Alhaji Aminu Tambuwa, to work with the former governor of Kanu State, Alhaji Rabiu Kwankwaso, in order to promote a political interest of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2023 presidential elections. Our political correspondent learned that the influential politicians from the northern part of Nigeria are exploring possible ways of running under the People's Democratic Party, PDP, come 2023, but that the former Nigerian leader had tried and failed to reconcile them ahead of the coming political dispensation. The reliable source also said that it was the reconciliation of the two northern politicians that took Chief Obasanjo to the Sokoto Caliphate last week, where he commissioned some projects completed by the state government. In the words of the reliable source, last week Baba was in Sokoto under the guise of flagging off some projects completed by Governor Aminu Tambuwa, but the real intention was to reconcile Governor Aminu Tambuwa and Engineer Rabiu Kwankwaso ahead of the 2023 presidential election, because two of them, who are his political sons, are keen on the presidency contest. But it is also clear that Baba is trying hard to put up structures for another political son of his, that is, the current African Development Bank president, Akinwumi Adesina, under the People's Democratic Party, PDP, since it is not clear to him that the North will support his candidate for the post. It is obvious to him that the reconciliation that the former leader is pushing is not in the interest of the North, and he might jettison his current party and push for the formation of an hybrid party that will weaken both the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and the All Progressive Congress (APC, and strengthen the new one with a view to win the presidency in 2 years' time. Baba's backing of the African Development Bank's president is based on his sound educational, economic and leadership pedigree that he believes can guarantee him easy victory over the recycled politicians with some baggages, the reliable source said. However, Chief Obasanjo's push for Adesina may not be realized as intended, as two former heads of state he sold the idea to are reported to be against the idea due to the fact that it may scuttle the political arrangement which favors the Igbo presidency and the Ahmed Tinubu project. It was also learned that the former president had approached the two former colleagues to get their support for the hosting of a security summit that would involve major ethnic nationalities and political leaders with the view of recommending solutions to the current security challenges being faced by the country. But the two former leaders are reported to have told Chief Obasanjo to first confide in President Muhammadu Buhari whatever political and security issues he is planning to do for the country, since the president should still be a key factor in the current and future security and political dispensation. Meanwhile, our correspondent reports that Chief Obasanjo is planning to sell his idea to the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, having failed to get the support of the other two as head of state of Nigeria. Still in the news, the men of the Nigerian police force attached to the Ebonyi State Command has uncovered 753 live ammunitions of general purpose machine gun (GPMG) hidden in sack bags as they are being moved in a commercial vehicle from Abakaliki in Ebonyi State to Umuahia in Abia State. The covert operation, which was intelligence-driven, led to the interception and recovery of the deadly weapons. This is part of efforts by the Nigerian police force to identify and crack down on criminal networks and supply chains for weapons and ammunition in and around the country. A comprehensive investigation aimed at bringing all the persons connected to crime is ongoing. Also, following the investigations into the foiled bank robbery on the Onueke branch of a commercial bank in the Ebonyi State metropolis, which took place on Tuesday, 27th April 2021, the Nigerian police operatives led by the Commissioner of Police of Ebonyi State Command on 29th April 2021 had stormed the criminal hideout of the suspects identified in the investigation at Oriuzu village in Ezza North local government area of Ebonyi State. According to reports, the suspects, on sighting the men of the police, opened fire on them. In a swift reaction, the police squad engaged them professionally and gallantly, thus leading to 3 members of the gang, which include 2 males and 1 female, sustaining bullet wounds, while others escaped into different directions. Among weapons recovered from the suspects are 2 AK-47 rifles, 4 pop-action guns, 6 pistols, 50 AK-47 ammunition, 126 cartridges, jackknives, cutlasses, and a 4-page notebook containing records of the ammunition bought by the gang. Also, a Honda Pilot Jeep with registration number ABJ163NV, which the criminal suspect used for the foiled bank robbery, was also recovered by the police team. In the determination to arrest the remaining fleeing suspects, the men of the Ebonyi State Police Command traced them to a shrine where the robbery gang usually get their mystical powers before embarking on their robbery operations. There, 2 of the fleeing suspects were eventually arrested, thus leading to the arrest of an additional 3 members of the gang. Meanwhile, efforts are still being made by the police to arrest the fleeing members of the gang, as well as their spiritual godfather, who is the chief priest of the shrine where they were arrested. Commending the men of the Nigerian Police Command in Ebonyi State, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Akali Baba, praised the efforts of the policemen led by the Commissioner of Police in Ebonyi State Command, Commissioner of Police Aliyu Gaba, for excellently using intelligence to nip crimes in the bud and assured citizens of the renewed commitment of the Nigerian police force to improve public safety and combat violent crimes in all forms across the country. With that report, we have come to the end of our day-to-day news updates for this time. We want to really appreciate you, our dear viewers, for always staying tuned and watching all our news stories. We equally plead with you to kindly like, share and comment on this news video, as well as also subscribe to our news channel at DJM TV. Once you have subscribed, please touch the notification bell to always be notified each time news break and we broadcast it. Until the next news video where I'll be coming your way again, I am yours sincerely, Stanley Okocha for DJM TV News. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next news video and bye bye for now.
DJM TV. DJM TV.
People are people don't say no, they don't like us.
Welcome to DJM TV.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.
Some of the delegates and ask the question.
DJM TV. DJM TV.